Without much introduction, today we are entering into a new chapter, dear tenders. Today in geography, we are dealing with the chapter called the natural vegetation. Now, when you talk about the natural vegetation, we are not talking in general or the global or the universal. We are discussing about the natural vegetation, its features, characteristics, and different types of vegetation that is found in India. So we'll be solely discussing about the Indian natural vegetation. To continue with our discussion about the natural vegetation of India, let us have some basics about the vegetation. We will be mainly discussing in this chapter about the different type of forests that are seen in India. So first of all, what is a forest? Obviously, when you talk about forest, we always talk about a forest is a place where you have got plenty of trees, and interestingly, we just stop there. Plenty of trees, yes, plenty of trees make a forest, but we also forget that it's not only trees, but it's also so many creatures and animals are also there. So today, however, we will be discussing mostly about the forest in terms of the types of trees. So what is a forest? It refers to a large area predominantly occupied by a huge number of trees and plantation. So trees is the main thing that we are highlighting here. These plants usually grow on their own. That's point to be noted. These plants usually grow on their own. It is a huge area. It grows naturally. It is a home to a number of wildlife animals as well as various indigenous species and exotic plants and shrubs. They are purely natural. Once again, we are insisting, rather, we are emphasizing they are purely natural. Two main factors or conditions are predominant here: weather conditions as well as the quality of soils. These two play very important roles in the creation of the vegetation in these parts. Now I will show you the image of a natural forest. They are dense, they look so beautiful, and they've got so many other features. After this, in this particular chapter, rather session today, we will be highlighting on the various types of forests in India. Now, India is an enormous country. Obviously, compared to America and Russia, well, we are small enough, but still the country is big enough, enormous, huge. This subcontinent has diverse flora and fauna, means various types, and the assortment and the dissemination of natural vegetation is huge. That includes areas from world's highest rainfall. India has got a place, the highest rainfall of the world, to a very dry deserts, Thar Desert. There are river deltas, Indo-Gangetic India, we have got Ganga and Brahmaputra delta regions. We have got Mahanadi, Kaveri, Godavari, Krishna, all delta regions, and deltas to tropical islands. Tropical islands, we have got Andaman and Nicobar. Coastline to alpine regions. Coastline means we have got the peninsular India. Remember, all the three sides of peninsular India is surrounded by seas, okay, and bays. So that is called coastline. And then alpine regions, the great Himalayas, where you have got the alpine regions. Now, importance of forests means what in which way forests are beneficial, particularly to human beings. Okay, that's why I say importance of the forests. Now we depend on forest for our survival, that we cannot deny. From air we breathe to the wood we use. Besides providing habitats, home for animals and livelihoods for humans, forests also offer watershed protection. It saves from prevents soil from erosion and mitigate climatic changes. You need to concentrate on point wise what are the importance of the different type of forests. First of all, they absorb harmful greenhouse gases that produce climate change. One of them is very prominent is the carbon dioxide. They absorb it. They provide timber, firewood, protect watersheds and reduce or slow down the amount of erosion. In the previous chapter, remember, soil erosion chapter session we have discussed. Okay, there are various artificial way the human being are what is called trying to reduce the erosion, but natural way the forest also reduce the amount of erosion. The forests make humus and increase the fertility of soil. Obviously the forest provide food and medicines. There are so many medicinal trees or plants in the forests, and obviously there are hundreds of people, thousands of people are depending their life on forest products. So, and of course there are fruits, there are various type of eatables that we find from the forest. We know, everybody knows that forest promote rainfall, they attract clouds, they check floods, they provide natural home for animals and plants, they provide grazing grounds for numerous cattle, the source of employment to many people who collect or harvest various kinds of forest products. They are the source of natural beauty, you know. There are many national parks or sanctuaries. They draw tourists attraction. And here now I will show you, see some of the pictures you can understand. Here the people in the forest are harvesting. Here the women, they are collecting firewood from the forest and carrying. Here the natural habitat for so many animals. Here the elephants group is a sanctuary, the birds. Here you see the tourist attraction, the tourists and the scenic beauty, the timber, again the natural habitat of so many animals. So various gifts of forests are discussed in this particular chapter pictures. Now next thing that we'll be discussing about, so we need to locate where are the tropical evergreen forests. There are varieties of forests in India. The first of them we are discussing in today's lesson is the tropical evergreen forests. Okay, so their geographical location, where they're exactly located. These forests are mainly found on the eastern slopes of the Eastern Ghats and the western slopes of the Western Ghats. Can you see that? These black parts, okay, are the areas of evergreen forest, tropical evergreen forest. So we say the eastern part of the Eastern Ghat is somewhere here. So eastern part of the Eastern Ghat and Western Ghat is somewhere here. So western part of the Western Ghat and also in the northeast region, northeast regions. So comprising little bit of Orissa, West Bengal and all these northeastern states. So they are in specifically in Tamil Nadu, Kerala, Karnataka, Maharashtra, Assam. If you go this way, then you can say Kerala, Karnataka, Maharashtra, Tamil Nadu, part of Andhra Pradesh, Odisha, West Bengal, and these easternmost northeast country like states like Assam, Arunachal Pradesh, Nagaland, Tripura, Meghalaya, etc. After this, we will discuss in it's called detail the characteristics of the tropical rainforests. The characteristics of the tropical rainforests. Now, these tropical rainforests are also called the tropical evergreen rainforests. First of all, why are they called evergreen rainforest? It is all because they remain green throughout the year. They do not shed their leaves altogether and then sometimes stand bare. No. So these type of in the forests, the trees have always the green leaves in them, rather on them. So that is why they are called the tropical evergreen rainforest. And why called rainforest? Because they are mostly fed by rain. Now these are found in the areas where the temperature is 25 degrees Celsius to 27 degrees Celsius and the rainfall is quite high, between 200 to 300 centimeter or even more. So they are found normally in the areas where the rainfall and temperature both are very high. They are found mostly near the Tropic of Cancer. Remember, the Tropic of Cancer is passing through the called middle of India, and the distance from here is not very far. So that's it. The name is also called the tropical. Okay, so they are close to whole India is a tropical. The tropical monsoon. Our climate is tropical monsoon, we say, because all these areas, all these areas are quite close to tropic. So they are mostly confined to the places near the Tropic of Cancer. These forests are dense and multi-layered. Dense means very thick, so many, the trees are so close. Okay, and multi-layer means they have got different layers. Very high, then middle high, then less high, then shrubs, etc. They contain many types of plants and animals, numerous, so many species of plants, and dense undergrowth, and trees are of hardwood type, hardwood. So they are very good in buildings and for making furniture, etc. The forest constitute an important part of the environment and ecology. Why? Because they produce huge amount of oxygen and of course at the same time absorb huge amount of carbon dioxide. They attract clouds and cause rainfall. Trees of these forests do not shed their leaves in a particular season on all of a sudden. In fact, the trees shed their leaves at the same time meant it, but not since altogether. So they have their leaves throughout the year and they look green, and that's why they always look green. You might be asked a question, why are the tropical rainforest also called called evergreen rainforest? So that is the answer. Answer is the trees of these forests do not shed their leaves in a particular season. Now, very important point here to discuss. Although these forests have the potential to have numerous species of high economic value, that means their woods, their products, or even food, whatever, they are not commercially important. Point to be highlighted. They are not commercially important or exploited. Why? Due to various factors: dense undergrowth, absence of proper transport, and a very uncomfortable humid weather. Because of these major factors, these areas, in spite of having the potential or so many species of trees in quantity and quality both, are still not commercially important. Again, you have got an ICSE question on this particular issue. Now, what are the trees normally found in these forests? They are very much spotted: rosewood, ebony, sesame. In India, sesame is very famous. In the renewable school campus, you have got so many sesame plant trees. Ironwood, thun. Now, ICSE asks you some of the importance of these particular trees that are found in these forests. So three of them are highlighted here. One is rosewood. You have to know what is its benefit, or in which way these plants or trees are beneficial to humankind. Indian rosewood is ranked among the finest wood for furniture, after the teak, of course. It makes the cabinet work, decorative objects, musical instruments, etc. It grows where? You have to remember also which part of the which part of India it grows. It grows in Tamil Nadu, it grows in Kerala and Karnataka too. Sesame. It is also known as sisu. Sesame, that another name for sesame is known as sisu. It is also used to make expensive furniture. It is also found in the northeastern belt. It is also found in Dhanbad. As I told you, sesame is found in our Denobli school campus too. Gurjan. Gurjan, it is used for railway sleepers. You know what is called railway sleepers? Between the rails, there are logs on which the rails are fixed. They are called railway sleepers. So it is used for railway sleepers, furniture, house building, because Gurjan is quite hardwood, very, very strong. It's mainly found in West Bengal, Kerala, Andaman and Nicobar Islands. So with this, dear tenthers, we come to the end of today's session, in which we have discussed about the basic features about forests, and we have highlighted one particular type of forest that is found in India, called the tropical evergreen forest. In the next session, we will discuss about the tropical deciduous forest. With this, we say goodbye. Stay well, stay safe, but keep in touch with your studies.